In 1920, one of our president at that time created this coin for us. This is the Mexican peso known as the .72 peso. It's 72% silver. It contains 12 grams of silver. And we had this coin in circulation for 25 years, up to 1945. But eventually it went out of circulation. Now, what happened to our silver is the same thing that happened to silver all over the world, from Switzerland to Great Britain, eventually in the States, even in 1965 or so, more or less. Silver vanished from the hands of the public. What happened? Let me show you. Here we have a chart which shows the history of the 72% peso. And you see it had a nominal value engraved upon it of 1 peso during all those 25 years. Now this blue portion is the value of the silver that was within that coin. And we started out with a peso that had about 48 or 44 centavos, cents, Mexican cents of a peso. So this yellow portion represents the profit that the central bank obtained, or that was made in coining this coin, in minting this coin. And we were very happy using this coin, even if we had some occasional rather severe falls in the price of silver during that time. In 1932, when I was born, the price of silver was way down. Well, a lot of pesos were minted, and eventually the price came back up, and we come to the continued use of the peso until 1945. What happened? Well, the price of silver, the price of 12 grams of silver was more than 1 peso. Here's shown by that red flash there. That means the coin reached its melting point, could no longer be minted with a profit. And then, so since we have always had silver in circulation in Mexico, let me make an aside to that. Here's a coin that was in circulation when my father was born. And let me tell you something that you may not be aware of. This same weight of silver in this coin has been very constant since 1535, when the Mexican Mint was established by Spain in Mexico City. And that coin continued in use up to 1910. It contains 24 grams of silver, just like the American dollar. In fact, the American dollar was modeled upon a sampling of these coins by Thomas Jefferson. So, this is what happened. This, of course, coin comes after our revolution. We went from 24 grams to 12 grams after the revolution, but still we had a silver coin. Since we had a long tradition of having silver in circulation, our government resolved to create another coin. And this one had only 7 grams of silver. And it was only 50% silver, but we had a silver coin. But that only lasted 3 years. The same thing happened to it then. The silver price rose up and exceeded the value of the silver in the coin, so it was uneconomical to continue minting it. So, to recognize this new higher price of silver, what did the government do? Well, they made a coin with less silver. The next coin had only 4 grams, and this lasted for 5 years, and it only had 30% silver. But the same thing happened to it. 1, 2, 3. Now, we come to the last attempt to coin a 1 peso coin. From 1957 to 1967, we had a coin, but it really only had a smattering, a covering of silver. It was sort of silver plated because it only had 1.6 grams of silver. Finally, even 1.6 grams of silver was too much, and that coin went out of silver out of circulation, and since then we have not had a peso coin in circulation. We've had some attempts at putting 25 peso coins into circulation with silver and 100 peso coins, but even those have had to go out of circulation because silver keeps on rising in price. This same process happened all over the world. So you see, if we're going to have a silver coin in circulation, the first thing that we must do is realize that it cannot have an engraved value. It must have a quoted value and no engraved value. And that is the coin which we are trying to have monetized in Mexico. It's this beautiful Libertad or Liberty coin, which has exactly 1 ounce of pure silver in it. And we're trying to have this coin monetized and put into circulation as money in Mexico. And God willing, and a miracle He may grant us, it will happen. How will this be done? Well, let's go back to this other chart. This chart shows us the history of the 72% coin. Is the same as over here on the other chart, and it shows that the fall in the value of silver did not affect the monetary value of the 1 peso coin. I'll repeat that. The fall in the value of silver did not affect the monetary value of the 1 peso coin. So you can have a coin in circulation whose intrinsic value, the part in blue, falls, but you cannot have a coin in circulation once the intrinsic value exceeds the nominal value. Solution: not to have an engraved value. So this coin, the silver Liberty or Libertad coin, of which there are